and welcome to another Seri Pixel Biology Community Update Vlog! That's a mouthful! And it is already at the end of October, or at least almost the end of October. Tomorrow is Halloween. I hope you guys are going to have a really fun Halloween if you happen to celebrate. And for all of you asking me, Seri, what are you going to dress up as? The answer is nothing, or maybe a daughter, because it is my mother's birthday and I will be spending some of it hopefully being able to chat or Skype with her and celebrate her birthday on Halloween. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all of the Halloween specials that are coming out tomorrow. There is a lot of stuff that's going to be coming at you on Monday, which is Halloween. We're going to have an Animal Crossing special. We're going to have the UHC after call. Don't worry, that's still going to show up now that the drama has settled down. I hope you guys had some fun watching that today on the other channels, which was really fun. And I hope you guys really enjoyed watching how I managed to weaken myself by lighting my hula skirt on fire. That's definitely worth seeing if you haven't looked at our UHC series for the buichi. Yeah, that was kind of hilarious. It's pretty funny, all considering what happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I still laugh so hard about all of that. And then what else? We have some other surprises that will be coming up tomorrow too that I'm very excited about actually. We have the end of a couple series too, so the end of Farm for Your Life, the end of the Fields of Fantasy Wildlife Park 2 series, which turned out to be a lot more popular than I thought, so I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it, but I am really glad that I have a solid end on 2 series because we're gearing up for a big November. It's gonna be so full of so many awesome things like the mushroom season in Animal Crossing, which probably has so many people rolling your eyes, but I love mushroom hunting. I have never eaten a wild mushroom because Chips wouldn't let me if I tried, which is a good thing. You should never do that unless you're an expert, and I am not an expert. But I love just the way they pop up all over the place. You never know where you're going to find them. And in Animal Crossing, during the month of November, you can find mushrooms throughout your little village. And so I'm very excited about that. We're going to have a special little seasonal arc going for that. And speaking of seasonal arcs, this November is when we're going to be moving into the new seasonal arc idea behind our series. So thank you guys so much for your ideas and your support and your comments and your really insightful messages over the last couple update vlogs, because it has been a big shift in my mentality to realize I'm going as hard as I can and something's not working and spinning out of control, and what's happening and where's my joy and where's the authentic feeling of excitement and curiosity and adventure that I always want to bring to you guys. What's happening? That's what our theme has been the last couple weeks, and I just wanted to reassure you guys it's been a really amazing transformation the last few days and the last week especially, into realizing how important it is to give you guys what I can, give you guys my best, but understand that my best has some limits. And so it's really hard to tell people, no, I'm sorry, WolfQuest isn't here right now, and really hard to tell people, no, I'm sorry, Horsehaven isn't here right now, primarily because it won't work for me right now. It's not working on the Android emulator that I had, and it's kind of frustrating. I tried a couple other ones and it wouldn't work either. A couple of them I couldn't even find it to download. So all that aside though, it's been a big transformation. And really, if you check out my vlog channel, that's where I'll go into more of the emotional deep talks about trying to understand what it means to be a YouTuber, what it means to have that as part of my life. I think unlike any other job that's out there, or at least a lot of jobs that are out there, it was definitely like my stay-at-home nanny job where I was like pretty much more or less a 24-hour nanny. It's with you all the time. There's never a moment in the day that I forget that I am also Seri. There's never a moment in the day that I forget, hey, if you have this extra half hour, you could use it to make another video. It's just updated tonight after all. And yet there's some part of me that's going, I'm kind of tired, and I would love to get some of these chores done. I would love to maybe just sit down and read a book. And finding the balance between all of that is one of the trickiest tightrope walking sort of things I've ever had to do before. And I really appreciate the amazing emails, the comments, the support, especially from our older audience members who understand what it means to try to figure out creative burnout, pressed up against the practicality of trying to take care of yourself and your family, pressed up against the way that this community has grown in ways I never anticipated. By the way, welcome to all, I think almost 3,000, 2,000, almost 3,000 100,000 people who are new just since the last community update vlog. Very excited to see all of you guys. And no, I actually have no idea what I would do for 100,000 subscriber like milestone. I really have no idea. I think that I would really just spend the time like crying and thinking, like, really happy crying, because I'm very emotional. I tend to cry when I get happy. And all I can think is I would spend the time like sitting there going, wow, 3 years ago, I was barely eking by. I was working 2 other jobs. I was really just unsure about everything. 3 years ago, I had so much less self-confidence. I didn't really understand what I wanted out of life. I didn't really know what I was allowed to do, because I should be working, should be doing this, should be like, in my mind for so long, work meant having to suffer on some level, because you weren't working hard enough if you weren't suffering. And I'm just now starting to break that mentality, in large part thanks to you guys, and in large part due to the reality of you guys aren't here to watch me suffer. You guys are here to see the smile. You're here to see the happiness and the positivity. And you guys also know that I'm not really able or desiring to offer that up to you kind of behind a mask, kind of go, yeah, everything's great, even though I'm feeling kind of burned out. Yeah, everything's great, even though Warrior Cat's comments are really hard to read sometimes. I'm not going to put on the Seri mask and then just kind of turn my curiosity, my sense of adventure, my sense of joy into a commodity that I just churn out and offer up to you guys. I want to cultivate it authentically in my life, because that's what a good life is, and offer it up to you guys. And that's a really privileged place that I could even think about those things. That is immensely, unbelievably, utterly lucky and utterly amazing that I can even be in the place of my life where I can go, I'm going to cultivate some authentic joy and offer it to people in video form by smiling and having fun and going on adventures and just following my passions and really doing the things that make me happy. And that's going to take care of me, like financially, and take care of my family. What? That just doesn't make any sense. It's still so hard for the logical part of my mind to wrap around. But I'm beginning to realize that's really kind of one of the most precious things you can do in life, is cultivate joy in your life. Joy can sustain you through all of the hard times. Joy can blunt the edges of the most difficult times. Joy can expand your heart past what you thought it could possibly hold in the good times. And I am in the most amazing position in life where I can explore my own sense of joy and bring you guys along on that journey at every turn. And that's really powerful, and something that I'm going to start talking about more on the update vlog channel, the vlog channel, and just explore a little bit more, because I sure was not raised to believe that joy could be a means of sustaining your life. And I sure was not raised to believe, I love my role models I've had in my life, from parents all through all my other role models, so immensely. But cultivating joy was never the first thing that you were supposed to do. Finding a good job, or finding a steady job, or finding a better job now that you have a job, or more skills now that you have a job. Those were always the things that were presented to me as the path in life, as the thing you should do. And I never really had anyone tell me that cultivating joy actively in life, not passively, but actively in life, and sharing it could be a means of sustaining yourself on a level that transformed everything. Like I said, that can make the worst moments not as bad, and it can make the best moments even better than you possibly dreamed they could be. And like I said, exploring that is going to be something that I'm really going to commit myself to, and I'll share that over on the vlog channel. But I just wanted to tell you guys that here on the normal channel, because it may seem so far-fetched that somehow recording video game adventures has to do with these deep transformational moments of joy, and what does it mean to work, what does it mean to create a community, what does it mean to find a purpose and passion in life, what does it mean to be an unintentional role model to thousands of people, and what is your duty to that, and what is your duty to following your authentic path? How do you even know what your authentic path is? All of that chaos of perhaps more, I don't want to say like adult thought, but more complex, devoted thought, I will put over on the vlog channel. So I'll stop on that now just because it is something that I don't think has any clear answers, and maybe just the process of asking the questions is part of it. Is an answer unto itself. So before, yeah, I'm living up to my real name now, if you guys don't know my real name. Let's just say I've tried to live up to my real name because it's a bit of a doozy to be given as soon as you're born for a long time. So yeah, I've already got the green side of it down. I try to get the wisdom side of it down too. So anyway, that being said, clearly I'm feeling a lot better. Clearly, a lot of the pressure of feeling like I am a slave to a schedule, of feeling like I am a slave to request is gone, and I am realizing that all I can do is just my best. My best has limits. I hope you guys can see that I am doing my best. I hope you guys understand if I gently but firmly have to put my foot down on the line where it's too much and it's starting to take my health or my sense of vitality or my sense of joy away from trying to do even more. I hope you guys can see that I really do offer everything I can up to creating adventures and joy from a real place inside of me for you guys. And it makes me feel really good. It really, really does. Of course it does. It's what I love to do every day. So there's that. There's that. And yeah, I just wanted to let all of you who have worried about me, all of you who have watched these deeper conversations for so long, kind of in on that it's feeling really good. And it feels like this huge relief to go, I don't have to record things when I'm tired anymore. I don't have to record things that don't really make me happy anymore. And the funny thing is, I don't panic over that. I'm not panicked that I'm going to pick up series and just drop them like a hot potato, because for the most part, I really love my schedule, but not like overwhelming schedule. But I love like going check, 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 check at seeing all the little episodes done and being like, oh good, I got a whole season done. I can't tell you guys how proud and excited I am that I got the Fields of Fantasy series done, that I got the Farm for Your Life like story arc done. I am blown away by how proud I am of like, yeah, I had a game and it was just temporary, but we did a fun little like arc of adventure in it, and that was awesome. And so that's kind of what the season thing for November is going to start introducing more, is that we will be doing the seasons in November, and from now on, where I won't overload myself with too many series at once, but I will have a clear idea for almost every series. There are exceptions like zoo crafting, which is always continual, but also one of the series that is easier to take kind of a step back and kind of not have it on a day when we're overloaded with like new shiny things to play with. But zoo crafting is a continual series, and warrior cats is a continual series. And then there's a couple others that are kind of continual just because of the nature of what they are. Like Star Stable is a continual series because of the nature of it being what it is. I have so much further to go in Star Stable, and it updates every week, so there's always new stuff, and I find it a lot of fun just to spend like a day or so playing Star Stable and watching all the adventures play out. So there's a few series that are kind of always going to be there, like nice bread and butter background to all of our other stuff that we have, our other adventures. But then it's just really fun to know that I don't have to overwhelm myself, but I can tell you guys honestly, yeah, 101 Dalmatians is going to be ending on season 1, and it will have season 2, and I already have ideas for what's coming up in season 2. And season 1's ending will be when Nissa, our alien space dog, which probably a lot of you are like, alien space dog, what? Yeah, Nissa's really cool. You should go check her out. But when she gives birth, and after she has her first litter of puppies, we will put 101 Dalmatians on pause for a little bit so I can kind of catch my pause, sorry, for a little bit so I can catch my breath, and then it will open up an opportunity to try out something new, because there's a lot of new stuff coming up in November, and I'm actually thinking it'll open up an opportunity to try out like having the stray dog pack that everybody would really love to see a series on, and it may be as serious as Warriors or it may not, because I don't know if I could handle two things that required as much roleplay as Warriors all the time. But we could have the stray dog pack challenge, or we could have the unicorn challenge, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards, and that could go for a season, and then we can put 101 Dalmatian challenge back in. Same thing with Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is probably going to be coming up on the end of its season, and it's really funny because in the past I would have freaked out at the idea of like pausing a series, and now I understand that it's okay. People will get it, and it actually allows me to catch my breath and kind of try something new, which recharges you on a creative level in ways I can't even describe. and then you can come back into it feeling refreshed and ready to focus on the next chapter of your adventures. So with Stardew Valley, what that means is that we're going to have our baby. We're going to adopt our baby with Leia, which is really exciting. And once our baby is born, we will end that series, or that season, not the series. I very rarely end series. I'm very bad about that. But we'll end that season, and then we will move into another farming series. And actually, Skytree Village is coming out. I totally forgot I even ordered Skytree Village. Then I got an email, and I went, oh yeah! And it actually has a special deluxe pack, like a pre-order pack that I got, and so we'll be doing an unboxing of Skytree Village when it arrives, and then after we finish off on our Stardew Valley season and we have our baby, then we'll be moving into like Skytree Village, and then we might play Skytree Village, which is set up like most Harvest Moon games where it's sorted into seasons with different events and different festivals you can do. We might play Skytree Village for like all of spring, and it will say, okay, that's a season, quite literally a season, and then we might flip back over to Stardew Valley, or we might flip into, depending on how long getting through a season takes us, the Trio of Towns, which is coming out too. So we'll kind of rotate through things like that, and I know it sounds kind of long and drawn out, but if there's anything that I've learned running a YouTube channel for almost 4 years, it's that time passes a lot faster than you anticipate. And if I ever feel the need to be like, okay, this is just like our favorite, it's my favorite, it's everyone's favorite, we're 100% Trio of Towns, for instance, then there may be a time where we just like keep that as the thing that's always on, and then we'll rotate if I feel like we just really need to, kind of like we kept Stardew Valley going for so long. But the point being of all of this complicated, like season end, season start, moving things around, it sounds really perplexing and confusing, but it looks beautiful on a schedule laid out because there's clear starts and clear stops. There's opportunities to bring in new things, which is very important for creative level. It's very important for the community. You never know who you're going to be able to invite in. You never know what will bring unexpected joy. Meadow, for instance. I made room for Meadow on the schedule just because I want to try out every new game that comes out from now on. What I'm trying to do when it's brand new is give it a whole week of being daily for a week, and everything else gets to move around if it's been around for a little while. And a whole week of being daily for a week, and then we just see how it is. And Meadow has been amazing. Way more amazing than I thought it would be. And I'm not just talking about how many people love it and how many people watch it. I'm talking about how much I am enjoying it and how much it offers me a sense of peace. Today I spent a lot of time running around with this huge group. It must have been like 30 or 40 people in Meadow. I'm such a shy introvert that I get really uncomfortable in crowds. I'm still super, super shy. I know I'm talking to thousands of you right now, but still. And I avoid things. If people ask me straight up, would you prefer a solitary walk in the forest, or would you like to go with a big group of people who also like mushrooms? I would go, well, you know, it would be really fun, but I'm going to go on a walk by myself. I would have said that every time. And since playing Meadow for a few hours and running around with other people and being excited to see other people because they might know where runestones are, you might find some runestones together, you might find flowers together, there's no competition, you just get to share the discoveries together. I was amazed today at how I was excited to watch our group grow bigger and bigger. And I've never been excited in any game I've ever played to be part of a bigger group. So it was really transformational on like a level that I didn't anticipate. And I couldn't believe how I finished playing it, and I was actually feeling less nervous about the idea of groups than I had been when I started. It was really amazing. And so that's one of the examples of why it's so important to rotate in new things sometimes too. But I like to say that I'm a long player. I dedicate myself to a series for a very, very long time because I also get a lot of pride and joy, that joy again, of watching the adventures stack and build up as time goes on. I love our Green family legacy because, like so many people have pointed out, it's so long running. We have seen it since the day that Sims 4 came out go all the way to today or tomorrow or the day after when City Living comes out, and we'll be able to start exploring the Green family legacy in City Living. And I love that there's years now of that series to go back on. Same with Zoo Crafting. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody to make. It's not for everybody to watch. It's not for everybody whatsoever. But those are the things I love, is being able to see how someone has changed, being able to see how stories have changed as time goes on. And so that's why whenever people have series, especially sim series, I find, where they're like, yeah, there'll be 30 episodes and then we're done. But maybe a story was gearing up like at episode 28, and I really want to know what that character was going to do, like from episode 26, but then that family's gone forever. And just because there's like a number right there, I always get so like, no, keep going, keep going. And I actually love the Sim series. I love the stories. I love the series that I find that people have made that are kind of sandboxy, where they've kept going and they've kept going and they've kept going, because I love to marathon watch and see how they have grown as a person, not just their discoveries, not just what they've made, but how they've grown over all of that time. And you can do that with almost any of our series, which is why I consider myself a long player. I like to play for a very long time of the same thing, and it's always, you always hit a wall. I usually hit a wall around episode 30 to 40 with the series, and then you punch through that wall and you enjoy the game in a way you never anticipated from there. And again, it's not for everybody's taste whatsoever, but that's why I make so many long series, and that's why when I say that we're going to do these seasons, what I'm telling you guys is that I plan on rotating things in and out that kind of have similar flavors. Like I said, we'll probably put 101 Dalmatians to the side just briefly, so we can invite in the new energy of, and you know, new energy because it gives you new vibes watching a different kind of series of, say, the Unicorn Challenge, which would be really fun. And there may be a bit of a gap to kind of give me a breather to allow some of the new things that are coming in November, which include maybe, don't get too excited about this, even though I'm trying really hard, like Pixelmon coming back in. Like I said, Skytree Village is coming in. We have Planet Coaster coming in. We have Pokemon Sun and Moon coming in. That's a big one. So we have a lot of things. City Living coming in. A lot of things coming in November, on top of all the games that update, on top of all our long series. So that's why, like, rotating things in and out, I think, is going to help a lot, and also prevent people from having that feeling that I have when someone's like, okay, episode 30, we're done with this family now. It will help me feel like there's going to be something in the future to look forward to for when that comes back. And so that's my goal there, is to kind of strike a balance between having to be like, okay, I guess I have to stop this now, and we'll just kind of have to abandon this series so that we can focus on this one for now. And I'm hoping that we can just explain, like, okay, we're not abandoning the series for untold time forever. Its season is just over, and we'll move into a new season in the future when we'll probably do X, Y, and Z. And the seasons won't actually be like by number, they'll be kind of by like event arc. So like I said, the season that we're going to end out in Stardew Valley, I can't give you an exact date of when we're going to end in Stardew Valley. I just know it's going to be when we have our baby, and then that'll kind of wrap up that season. Or like if we were going to end a season in Sims Medieval, for instance, which will have like a season end, then it'll end on an event, like when an event is completed. And so if we want to drag our feet a little bit, we can, and if we want to rush a little faster, we can. And I think that's going to be really, really fun, really comfortable. So probably none of that made any sense. Outside of my head, it's very difficult to explain. Managing this, managing the different kind of interests people have for the different series, managing the practical side of having to balance like certain series that are more popular with certain series that answer to you on a more creative level, having to show up every single day and authentically provide joy to people. It's all a lot more complicated than it sounds. It's all a lot more deep emotional work than it sounds, but it's also super rewarding, and it's also an opportunity I would never exchange for anything. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing. So I hope you guys know, even though that all sounds really confusing, that moving forward, I always have my ear to the ground in these vlogs to hear what you guys are looking for and what you guys would like to see us bring back into our community or try out, and I'm adding it in. But also don't worry about suggesting things and worrying that Seri will push herself too far, because I'm really putting my foot down and I'm going, Seri, you have 6 videos done for the day. So moving into November, I'm gonna have a really hard rule that I'm gonna try to stick to, that other than doing like special vlogs like Cat Cafe or Snail Mail or update vlogs, it'll be 6 videos a day unless something super big special happens. And then that will give me so much free space to start breathing again and maybe spend a little bit of time reading at night. And it's been amazing over the past week. I've been a lot more strict about like relaxing. And that sounds so, I'm blushing now because it sounds so decadent to say, well, you know, I've been trying to spend maybe an hour or two like doing a little yoga and listening to some really cool podcast and reading a really motivational book. And that sounds so lazy to me out of my mouth, because I still have this mentality that I'm trying to change that says every waking moment I should be working. And we've gotten really far with that mentality. But I'm realizing if we're going to get even further, it's gotta be bringing that sense of happiness and joy back into the community and the channel and into what I do. A lot of you guys who have been around for a long time have noticed that in the last few months I've gotten more and more stressed, and so many of you guys have contacted me either through the comments or in emails or even in letters saying that you're worried that you really, what you get from what we do is not any specific series, but that summary of joy, curiosity, adventure, passion that we share in our channel. And if I cut off that source by exhausting myself and just like ripping my roots up and not getting enough sleep and not letting myself recharge enough and going, oh yeah, everybody else can get creative burnout and everybody else can need time off and everybody else can like balance how much work they do, but not me. I've got goals. I've got things I got to do. I've got people to be responsible for. I've got a community that really, really wants to see this, and these kids are sad today and I really want to make them happy, and I'm learning. I am doing my best for you guys, and my best has limits, and that's a good thing. Even though it makes me want to crawl under my desk and go, oh, you decadent child. You need to do more. There's that part of me too. The workaholic is screaming out loud. But it's gonna be okay. So that's why I wanted to let you guys know, is that it's going to be okay, that we have a lot of series coming up, and that we probably won't ever be doing 9 episodes a day again. That I'm going to try really hard, unless it's a special occasion, like tomorrow we have more than 6 videos scheduled, or if it's vlogs, then I consider vlogs bonuses, because they're usually low in views anyway. But even then, I'm going to really be holding myself to a healthier schedule, and I will try to find out, maybe with a website, maybe with a Tumblr or something, a quick and easy way where you guys can see like what series are currently on. And just so you guys know, in case you didn't, on the main channel page, I always try to keep the current adventures playlist. It's a playlist of playlists, like a collection of playlists. I always try to keep that updated with the things that I plan on, with the things that are active series right now. And then if there is a series not on there, most likely it's not an active series, or I forgot to make a playlist for it and it'll be there soon. And so if you want to know what I'm currently working on, then you can look in the current adventures playlist collection, which is the very first playlist collection on the main channel page. And that'll be where everything that I'm trying to even get periodic updates for is, right there. And then I'll try to come up with some way to organize everything a little bit better. So if you're wondering like, oh, where is such and such a series? Is it on hiatus? Hiatus is not really the word. It's just like season break, and then it'll come back in, and I'll let you guys know when it'll be coming up. I'll try to figure out some way to be organized with that. And really the bottom line is I'm kind of taking control of the schedule again and not letting just the crowd demands sort of dictate it. Because one, yeah, a lot of people have suggested, why don't you just do polls and do the most popular series? The problem with that is that often what's the most popular series doesn't stay popular for long, or then it would be just Endless Wolf Quest, Warriors, and maybe Meadow at this rate because it's really popular. And a lot of the time that we introduce something new or we try out a series for a while, people don't know how much they're going to love it until they get there. And so I really think that that has a lot of value in trying out everything, and then trying out everything for more than an episode or two so we can kind of get a flavor for it. And then 2, there's a lot of creative value for me in having the freedom to dive in and try something and just enjoy it. Because that's what I was saying. I'm not trying to become big and famous, and all I really want out of life is the opportunity that I have to actively cultivate joy and let that be enough for now. And it's a big, hard thing to do. It's a big, hard, scary thing to do, actually, which I'll talk about more in the vlog channel. But I read something the other day that kind of sums it up in a little cliche like saying pretty easily, that your purpose in life is to find your passion and your gift and then to share it. And I think that has a lot more value, and it lets me sleep more soundly at night with a more peaceful heart than going, what series can I make the most popular, or things like that. And that's not for everyone. And for some people, that competitive challenge, eagerness, analytic studying thing is a wonderful experience and is their joy. And for me, it's going to be mushroom season and Animal Crossing and cat cafe videos and challenging myself to write even better warrior cats and try out new series and keep our seasons going, because I get such a thrill off of watching as our adventures grow and shape and change over a long period of time. So there's some more insight into how Seri runs the channel. Once again, I probably said nothing that made any sense. And in the future, I'm going to be, like I said, moving all of the deeper talks onto the vlog channel and keeping the update vlogs, mostly just to talk about what happened, what I was really excited about from our series this week, like the Halloween wedding that we ended up having in Star Stable. That was awesome. Oh my goodness. Or the way Meadow has turned out to be so much fun. We'll start using the update vlogs more to talk about like what happened and what's planned for the week and any fun things that may have happened, like a tree that fell on our power line yesterday and I didn't have power for hours, and that was very uncomfortable. Thank you very much. I had work to do. And we'll save the deeper conversations about what is the meaning of joy, life, etc., over on the vlog channel. So just so you guys know that. And I'm really grateful for the vlog channel, so thank you to all of you guys who pop over there and who are so supportive over there too. So yeah, I think that's it. And in the future, I'll start turning the update vlogs into something fun again, like we were doing for a little bit there, and I really loved, where you guys can ask a question about a series that's kind of more behind the scenes sort of question, like how did you pick so-and-so's name, or what do you plan on doing with Lyra now that she's like been abducted from her own family, and the 101 Dalmatians challenge, which was very tense. If you guys haven't seen that yet, you should. It was a little bit shocking. And those kinds of behind the scenes questions we'll start answering in the update vlogs. So thank you guys for the last few weeks of letting me just have some Seri time, of figuring out what it means to be Seri for you. I'm figuring out what it means to have this amazing career and opportunity that literally shapes every thought I have through the day, that literally is with me from the moment I wake up to the moment I fall asleep. And everything I do, I'm always thinking, how can I share this with them? How can I make this something really fun? How can I take this bubbly excitement and happiness and the adventure I'm currently on and share it with them? That's with me all the day long, all the day, all the time. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I can't wait for the next set of adventures we go on. So I'll see you guys in November. We're going to be starting it very soon, and it's going to be really interesting. And I really hope that I'm able to survive the tsunami of games, at least with even a mediocre of the schedule that I hope for it. But if not, I'll just do my best to have some fun and share it with you guys, and I'm sure we'll catch up eventually. And I'm just not gonna stress about it as much, because you guys aren't here to watch me suffer. I'm learning, at least most of you. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and let me know what you're looking forward to. A lot of people are looking forward to Planet Coaster, so it really does help. Let me know what you're looking forward to for the new games in the month of November, and we'll celebrate them together when they come out. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.